There's an old saying, if you've got a hammer, then cut your nails. If you're hammered, then you're gonna nail someone. What's the saying? Oh. If all you got's a hammer, then every problem's nails. Nailed it. Hi, I'm Matt, and today we're gonna be talking about consistency and expectation in humor. Specifically, developing a hammer approach for improv and for characters at the table. One of my favorite games in improv is called Bad Advice. Every player takes on a character and takes turns answering relatively mundane questions that the audience asks. Questions that they might need advice on. Things like, how do I deal with this coworker who's being annoying? Or how do I talk to people and maybe get a date? Now, there are many methods you can use to handle this game, but my favorite involves building a character on the spot. Now, you only get about 20 seconds every time it comes back to you. So how can you be funny so quickly? Establish an expectation. Comedy lies in the audience having an expectation and then you subvert it. So if your audience knows what you're gonna do, how do you surprise them? Simple. They know your deal, but they don't know how you're going to do it. But when you do, it makes total sense that that's how you do it. Of course that's how, but they didn't know initially, and that's how you can get them to laugh. I use this on the improv stage and at the D&D table. I pick a quirk, a fun thing, and then I hit it repeatedly, but from different angles. Let's pick a quirk. Let's say that your character, Sue, is super into bodybuilding, to the point where she tries to solve every problem with her strength. Let's say that there's an upturned food cart, in which case, what is she gonna do? Of course, she's just gonna lift it back up, turn it back over. It makes sense, problem solved. But how do we turn this fixation of hers into comedy? Put her in a situation where strength doesn't make sense, and then have her try it anyway. Because of course she would. Say she's asked to get past the guard. Of course, we can try to be sneaky like everyone else at the table and just expect to fail more often than you succeed. But if she wants to solve her problems with strength, then if no one stops her, or if they decide to let her take the lead, what is she gonna do? If you thought of an idea, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've come up with. Now, the first idea I thought of was that she would go up to the guard and say, "So, you're here to guard this place?" "Yes." "Good. I just want to talk to you about your form. It just looks like the way you're holding your sword is improper. There's a bit of wasted energy, and I've been lifting swords for quite a while, and so I know that how important it is to not waste energy at this angle. Hey, are you getting enough protein in your diet?" And now we've got a potential situation where this strong woman could get past this guard with her expertise. Let's hit another situation with strong woman Sue. What if there's a student at the academy that needs help studying? What is she likely to suggest? Again, if you've got an idea, pause the video, write it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've thought of. The first thing I thought of was something like this. "So, you need help with your exam?" "Yeah, I'm really struggling." "Okay, let's take a look." I see. Look, your posture's all off. Your form is terrible. I mean, the way you're bending at the back, I don't want you to hurt yourself." "But it's just a pen." Hey, you know, don't beat yourself up. Everyone has to start somewhere. I just want you to learn with the right form so that when you get to heavier and bigger pens that you're not gonna hurt your back. Now, this is the hammer approach. I highly recommend using this for NPCs as a DM because it gives you a very clear path and it can pay off very quickly. If you decide to use this as a player, however, you may need to figure out other dimensions to this character. Or find moments where you can rest this quirk, where you can put a pause on it so you're not hitting a similar note every single time. My reasoning for this is because if every single time you're hitting the same note over and over and over again without much pause in between, it can get old very quickly. I think of it kind of like if you're watching a movie or a TV show. There are certain characters that may be considered the comic relief character, and they'll come in and they'll make a joke, but they're there to serve that purpose. And so if all of a sudden that character is there all the time, cracking jokes all the time, then we might have a problem. It becomes stale very quickly. Just be mindful, because the hammer, while it's effective, can get old. And I'd say that's probably the biggest reason I use this for NPCs, is because it's an effective tool and you usually don't have to see the NPC for very long. So I hope that helped. If you like that, please like it. If you have any other ideas for hammer characters that you would like me to explore, or any other topics in improv and D&D that you'd like me to talk about, please leave a comment. If you like this content, please subscribe and you'll see a lot more of it. Well, until next time, take care.